Well, having the camera on makes it easy to see what happened with this tip over. Very poor clutch work, a little bit too low of RPM, and I killed the motor. And when you got it leaning a little bit and you kill the motor, you're going to fall over. U-turns, the bane of my existence. Now then, I got fairly flat ground. I'll try the conventional way first. I've never had any luck with this, but... Well, here's where having two artificial joints, what can I say? Getting old. I just don't have the strength like I used to. And I should, if I was younger, be able to walk this right up, and I have done that. But it is what it is. Get that mirror out of the way. Oh, now. Yes, cancel emergency SOS. A fall was detected. Not a huge surprise. Well, if ever there was a perfect test case for my Motowinch, this would be it. First, make sure you got the front brake on. The Eastbound Motowinch bag has little Velcro straps on it that you could use for that, but since I always carry a bungee to kind of put a little parking brake on, I just used it. Also, make sure you're in gear. You don't want the rear wheel moving either. Of course, I was in gear when I tipped it over, so it's in first gear. The first time I tried to use the winch, my second tip over, and I didn't get it up with the winch that time. I learned some things from it, but one of them was when I tried to take the winch back apart, the sections were stuck together. And so this time I took a little bit of skin oil from my forehead, just rubbed my finger on my forehead and then rubbed it around each of the gaskets. And it actually solved the problem. It made it very easy when the time came to take it apart. They came apart easily. I make a mistake now with my attachment point that I choose. It's a little too far behind the center of mass, with the engine being a little forward there, and the bike doesn't come up evenly. You'll see where I change it later. At this point, I can see that the bike is not coming up evenly and it's going to be a problem. And so I come up with another idea. Reattach it in a different location. My thought here is that it's possible to lift a bike up onto two wheels again just by grabbing hold of that lower hand grip and lifting it up. So I thought that would be a possibility. But the other thing is that often when you lift them, you have one hand on the hand grip right where I attached it, and the other hand on the rail back beside the rear seat, and lift it that way. And I thought, well, I don't know. We'll see how this works out. But if I get it lifted by the handlebar here and I put another hand back there, maybe that would be enough to get this bike up. I make a painful mistake here, and it's one that I made on that second tip over when I tried to lift it with Motowinch, is that the shaft of the Motowinch I allowed to rub against the tank, and that's how I have scrapes on the top of my tank. I know where that's coming from now. I realized it this time, and I started trying to keep it away from it, but some of that damage is already done. Notice also that I'm standing with my back now to the bike and winching it so that if I get it up far enough, I'm already in the right position to grab the hand grip with my right hand and the rear little brace there by the rear seat to lift the bike. Also notice at this point that I can grab the hand grip and also continue supporting the Motowinch and trying to keep it away from the gas tank as I lift it. I'm also recommending at this point that you carry some kind of a thick rag with you and maybe some duct tape or something, but put it over the gas tank just to protect it. Because I see lots of little points here where I'm dinging up the tank with that Motowinch. It's useful, but wow, it can sure mess up your paint. So the bike is in the middle of the road. There's plenty of room to go around it, but I decided, okay, let's just toss everything to the side of the road. I'm going to move the motorcycle over to the side so I can kind of get everything packaged back up and eventually get out of here. I've seen videos where people have managed to break a double take mirror, but this time they came through just fine, and it's a lot better than the stock mirrors ever were. The Cherokee handguards are also a big upgrade. No harm to them whatsoever, and no damage to any levers. The skin oil trick to make sure that the tubes will come back apart was one that actually was given to me by one of the guys that helped me get the bike upright that second time when I tried using the Motowinch, and I couldn't get the pieces apart, and those guys helped me with that too. So I appreciated their tip.
So I never want to tip over the motorcycle, but first time I've ever tipped it over, this is the third time. First two times I did not lift it myself. I always had people come by to help me get it up. I got some scrapes on my tank on the second time because I was trying to use the Motowinch, but I was having difficulty with it. And some people came and helped me get it up, so I didn't actually follow it all the way through. This time I actually did it all the way on my own. I think I figured out a better way to do it than what I was trying before. But I've got to quit scraping up my gas tank. Arrgh. I guess I need a tank bag. That'll hide it, right?
This was the real thing using the Motowinch. It worked. I hope you learn from my mistakes, and maybe you'll be one of those lucky people that never tip over a motorcycle. I personally have never known any, regardless of age. So good luck to you, and I enjoy your motorcycling.